This time on whatever we want, we talk about.
We are going to definitively decide what the most iconic fictional food is from media. We're talking through the yummiest foods from our favorite movies and TV shows and deciding which one we could choose to eat if we could only have one, and what meal we would create out of all these fictional foods. There are time codes down in the description. If you'd like to jump around different points in the episode, we talk everything from Ratatouille to Krabby Patties. Enjoy! Welcome back to Whatever We Want. We review content across all mediums of media, movies, TV shows, video games, and beyond to give you the most interesting behind-the-scenes inside storytelling techniques, all that jazz, and more.
We go over everything from Disney, Marvel, Pixar, DC. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it.
All right, rootin' tootin' poopin', Daniel. How's it going? It's time to talk about food.
Me, whenever I jump into playing Red Dead.
I'm just excited to talk about food. Poopin' was a poor choice of words, but it is the end of the food cycle, so maybe it wasn't a poor choice of words.
Sure, that's one way to look at it.
So we're talking about the most iconic food, I guess fictional food, from media. But some of this you can make in real life, I think. But
And like, what would we like to have? I feel like that's what.
So I think I want to go
yeah.
through a bunch of food that we just have can think of off the top of our heads. It's like iconic movie food, and at the very end we could be like, all right, out of all these, what is one that we are like, if I could only try one, this is the one I would try. So do you want me to go first? Do you want to go first?
Sure.
I have a idea. Okay.
Yeah, you go first. You already got a good list. I got a good list in my head, but it's also because like, yeah. Well, just get into it. Just get into it.
What?
Get into it.
So my first one I've got on here is Ratatouille from the film Ratatouille. I mean, it's not fictional food. You can make Ratatouille, but like,
it's fictional to have it made from a rat.
True.
So,
the fact that a rat was cooking it and the movie still made me want to eat it elevates it definitely, and it just looks really good. I don't think I've ever had it like in real life. It just looks really appealing, dude. Like, I don't think I would want a rat to cook it for me, especially like maybe if it's a cartoon rat. That
depends on
might be
the kind of rat, Like if it's a good boy, I'm okay with it. Like,
okay.
Like Grimmy was a good boy.
Yeah, well, how do you know? Are you screening rats like job interviews?
Well, no, I feel like
I need rats with resumes that can cook. I think that like narrows it down to no rats in the world.
I'm just saying. If it's a quality
Ratatouille,
rat.
Is that one you would want to eat if you were presented it, like Ratatouille from the film Ratatouille?
Well, that's the thing, because it depends on the sauce on it, because it's mostly like tomato. It's like different like vegetables sliced together, right?
I actually have no idea. It's
like tomato,
basil,
lemon,
garlic, parsley,
stuff on top,
eggplants, tomatoes, squashes, zucchinis.
Yeah.
It sounds good. It sounds healthy, That's
what I'm saying. But no, that's what I'm saying. For me, it depends on the sauce on top.
I hate healthy. Next. Just kidding.
No. I'm saying because you gotta have some character in there, So from what I've heard, Ratatouille has character. So
maybe we should make a meal also. Like at the end, we'll be like, all right, this is like the main dish. This is like the appetizer.
Ooh, yeah, we can do that.
Dessert.
We can do that. Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I just saw that. But yeah, okay. Yeah, Ratatouille's pretty healthy. Yeah, I like it. All right. Any other thoughts about Ratatouille before we jump into the next food?
No, I think we have to jump into the next one. We gotta keep it going. Keep it going.
What do you got?
It's a lot of food. Okay, so here's the thing, Jake. Here's the thing.
Okay.
Here's the thing. You still haven't been to Galaxy's Edge.
Yes, that is correct.
So you haven't had like a lot of like the Star Wars themed stuff. Like for example, like when I think of like food for movies,
like blue milk.
Like blue milk. Like I've had blue milk technically. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
So that's why I was like, oh yeah, I got some ideas in there.
I think blue milk would be cool to try. We had blue milk actually. You and I here during Thor.
That is true. Yeah, we
Remember
did.
We had to chug it.
Well, that was milk that was blue. Technically blue milk.
Yeah, blue milk. What do you what? What? That wasn't blue milk. That was milk that was blue. What do you mean? Did you just say that sentence to me?
No. Like compared to like almond milk or like cashew milk to like.
I think
like
it was
regular,
almond
like,
milk. I think it was almond blue milk we had actually, because that's the only milk I had.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, right? There's differences in the milk. There's different textures. There's different proteins. There's all different kinds of stuff there.
Yeah, that's just normal. So you're saying
that's what I'm trying to say.
The blue milk from Star Wars would be like a different consistency because it's from a fictional like camel creature or something. Whenever they milk them from.
Technically, if we're going with the canon version, if we're going like from on screen, because I was thinking the ones from the park, which is like alcoholic, but that's
not blue milk. It's
not blue milk. It's like a smoothie, but like.
I cannot get over that. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. You get what I'm saying though? Like on screen, the one that we saw was like more viscous. You know?
Yeah.
Or no, maybe
like
I'm thinking of
thicker.
green milk.
Dude, think of a blue milkshake. Blue milk milkshake. From
Well, that's
like,
what they
the
have
actual
pretty much at
blue
the.
milk.
That's what they have at the park, pretty much. It's
That's
like a
cool.
smoothie kind of thing. Yeah.
That's a.
Yeah.
That's interesting. What if we like combined foods? Like, I have on my list later Willy Wonka's chocolate. What if you made
Yeah.
a chocolate blue milkshake with Willy Wonka's chocolate?
Dude,
I think
speaking
we're
my language.
You're
You're speaking my language, boy.
It's like the scene. We talked about Ratatouille. It's like the scene in Ratatouille where they're combining the flavors and like all the colors are going. We've just had the most synergistic thing ever. Oh my gosh! A blue chocolate milkshake.
You know
Chocolate
something
blue
else though.
milkshake. I don't know.
You know.
Yeah.
What's episode 7's title again?
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens. One of the good things that came out of Force Awakens was that bread thing that Rey had that like kind of just like popped up.
Oh, like the manna thing, like
whatever it's called, the 1/4 portion.
Is it? Yeah.
I thought it was cool. I was always curious about like what that bread would like taste like. You know what I mean?
I feel like it like looks good, but it's probably like what astronauts use in space, where it's like you just add water and then it's like a powdered whatever. Like I feel like it probably won't be. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like if she's getting it for like this is like the poverty food, I feel like it's probably not.
I know.
great.
I'm just saying. I'm
now
curious.
slap some peanut butter on that bad boy. Now you're talking.
Oh man.
Yeah,
dude. There's a lot of stuff from Star Wars.
So yeah, you said blue milk. I think that'd be. I kind of want a blue milkshake now. All right, but anyways, I did mention chocolate. The Wonka chocolate bar. Whoa, what is that?
That's my Star Wars spork, boy.
Oh, for our audio listeners, Daniel's holding up a Star Wars spork.
Yep. Do you know about the wars that were raised?
Why do you have that next to your computer desk?
I had a bowl of cereal earlier, so that's why. But
you used a spork to eat cereal?
Yeah, dude, this is my Star Wars spork. Don't.
Okay.
Why wouldn't I? Come on, dude.
I don't know.
But no. So here's my two tidbits with it. One is made for righties, which I kind of hate because the teeth are on this side. I wish the teeth were on the other side.
You should 3D print lefty Star Wars.
I could, but it's
spork.
not the same. It's like that's like titanium or whatever.
Oh,
which is kind of crazy.
3D printed out of titanium. It sounds hefty when you're clinking it around.
I know, dude, it's freaking heavy, like for its density. You know what I mean? But two,
okay. Let's imagine you struggling to eat cereal because it's A, heavy, and two, you're using the wrong hand. You're like, I can't do it.
But no, so they had those at the parks. Like they'd give them out whenever you got food at the parks, but people started stealing them.
Oh,
so they were discontinued. So they took them away and then discontinued them. Like they didn't have
so
them
that's
out
like an original, like that's a rare item.
No. So they brought. Well, yeah, it is now. So they brought it back, and this is like the second generation of them. So they started selling them because of how much people were stealing them. So I paid for this one. Mine's legit, but like.
Okay, so that's not cool. The one you stole. Okay, that's good. Anyways, let's back to the tank.
Yeah.
With the Wonka chocolate bar that I mentioned. I think you could buy Willy Wonka. You could buy Wonka chocolate back in the day, but I was looking it up. Apparently, it's discontinued since then, which kind of sucks. Yeah. I wonder, like, if they'll like do like a special whenever the new like Timothée Chalamet Willy Wonka prequel movie comes out. They might like bring it back for like a limited time. I think there are like knockoffs that you can buy. I was looking into it.
Yeah.
It said like you can buy like the knockoff of the graham cracker filled chocolate bar, and that was interesting. It was like, I guess that's what the Wonka bars were. They were graham cracker filled. Like they had I don't think I've ever had one, but that's kind of cool. Like it's kind of like a reverse s'more. Like the graham cracker goes on the inside of the chocolate.
That sounds great.
It's like 2/3 of a reverse s'more.
Imagine that with like
because there's no marshmallow.
Ooh, imagine that. I was gonna imagine that with like a marshmallow filling too.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like the Wonka bar is like a reverse s'more. It's like a 2/3 of a reverse s'more.
We should make that like legitimately. Yeah. That would be.
No one take this idea. Trademarked. I'm said it, so you can't take it. That's how it works, right?
That makes so much money.
And also, don't take our lefty spork idea. Okay. This is the business podcast now, Daniel. No,
we're making money out of food.
I feel like they probably have s'mores like Wonka bars. Sorry, you were saying.
Talking about money. Krabby Patties.
Wait. I want to talk about that last, just because that's like, I'm going to put that on the thumbnail. And I want to have retention, people to see it at the end.
I see.
Yeah, I'm thinking ahead.
Gives them a reason to come back. I see.
Yeah.
Come order seconds.
Yeah, but we will get there. But I wasn't done with Wonka, so excuse the heck out of you.
Sorry.
Just kidding.
Sorry.
I just wanted to say, in addition to just a Wonka chocolate bar, I've always wanted to just like dive into that chocolate like river, not get sucked up, but like
no, dude,
eat the
same.
chocolate river.
Yeah.
All right. Next, moving on from Wonka chocolate bar. What was next on your list?
Next on my list, I actually don't have like a written list, but I was just kind of going off the top of my head here. Oh man, I had something that I forgot.
I can go again if you want.
Yeah, you go.
All right, so I have but going back to the drink train, we were talking about blue milkshakes. I was thinking Butterbeer from Harry Potter.
Oh yes, that's the tangent I wanted to go to. I was literally thinking that, and then
cool.
Yeah, because I went to Universal and also had the Butterbeer there. Dude.
Yeah,
it was.
Are you going to Universal? You're going to Florida soon? Or are you going to Universal
I don't know if
when
we're
you go
to Universal? I mean, technically, the hotel we're going to be staying at is a Universal property. It's Cabana Bay, so it's like their 50s style.
Let me pitch you something. At least when I went in California, there were no alcoholic butterbeers. I really thought back in the day that you could get an alcoholic butterbeer, but apparently you can't anymore. But my roommate and I wanted to have like alcoholic butterbeers, so we were like asking the employees, like, I thought you guys used to have this. Like, is there no way to do this? And the guy was like, on the record, no. But he was like, but off the record, like, if you go to the like Harry Potter like bar, like Cantina right there, you can buy a shot of alcohol and like, you know, and I was like, okay. So we went, and like honestly,
hero up hero.
Honestly, like he was like helping us out, but honestly, he just earned the company like $30 more because we bought like the $17 Butterbeer, and then like it was like a $15 shot of alcohol because of the markups. So like it ended up being like a over $30 drink.
Dang, dude.
But like Butterbeer, honestly, the one they do at Universal is like really good. But I've always wanted to try like the like authentic like Harry Potter one, like the spiked one that like is really good. Yeah, it's really sweet. Yeah. You've tried them before, right?
Yeah. Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the regular one or the frosted? Yeah, frosted. Dude. Yeah, frosted's the way to go, dude.
Yeah. All right, well, that was my next drink. So we've got some drink options. We got some dessert options.
Yeah, we definitely got some good drinks.
Do you have any, we got some food options. Do you have any?
I was going to say, we need more entrees. You know, that's what I'm trying to think of.
Do you want to take Butterbeer as yours and then I'll do another one?
Sure.
Okay, have you seen Luca? Like the Pixar Italy one that came out recently?
Oh, no, I still haven't seen that actually yet.
Oh, well, I highly recommend, if you look up Luca pasta, they make this like pesto pasta. It's called like Trenette al pesto. Trenette al pesto.
Yeah, I see the Trenette. Yeah.
It looks so good. And I'm a huge fan of pesto. I don't know what your thoughts are on pesto, but I love pesto. Yeah. And every time I see this pasta, like, I mean, they animated it. They like, I mean, a huge part of the film is like a pasta.
So good in the film.
I know. A huge part of the film, since you haven't seen it, is like a pasta eating competition. So I know they like went hard on like the rig of the pasta and like the look to like make it look really good. It's like so good. It looks so good. So that's one thing that I just like have been craving ever since I saw that movie. But like the rich green and like the yellow.
Dude. I just had a Pop-Tart. Now I feel subpar.
I just ate lunch because I knew if I didn't eat, like, I would just scarf something down immediately after this. And they also eat it with their hands, and they're like, this is so good. And I was like, yeah, it looks good. But yeah, so Pixar, dude, 2 out of our however many on this list, so they're doing a good job with their foods. All right. What is
You want a funny
next?
one?
Yeah.
Minecraft Suspicious Stew.
Really? Not like the cake or anything?
Well, all the other things I feel like are regular. So I feel like Suspicious Stew is like the one. Because like, you could be like getting a negative buff. You could feel sick, like nausea. Or you can be like getting like night vision, dude. It's like a...
That's just like drugs, Dave. That's just like a stew of drugs. That's what you have proposed here.
Yeah, honestly. Was it worth the wager, though? Is it worth the wager?
I think it is. I'm just kidding. I'm also writing down on my list everything that you tell me that's not on my list, so that like I can, when we make the menu at the end, I can have it. And I almost just wrote drugs because I was like, it's just drugs.
Yeah, just straight up drugs. Yep.
All right. Next on my list, I've got green eggs and ham, just out of pure curiosity.
You never had that as a kid?
What do you mean? No, I've not. Have you?
Yeah.
Did they just like, did your parents make it? Like,
it was like an elementary school day thing. No, like everybody had green eggs and ham one day.
Did they just give you like old moldy green eggs and ham or something?
No. They use food dye, but all that I remember as kids, we're all just like, "Whoa, it's real!" You know.
I don't think we ever did that. I don't think I ever had that. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
What if it? I do think my theory is it's either pesto or it's mold. Those are the two.
It's literally just food dye.
No, I
come to think of it, imagine if somebody was allergic to the food dye, like a kid, and they didn't know. That would have been bad. So
I'm saying, I think if you're not using food dye, like if you're just trying to do purely on the ingredients, not like dyes, like I think you could use pesto. And I don't know if that would be an interesting combination, like pesto and eggs. I don't know if I'd like that or not, but I don't want to try it. I don't want to write it off till I try it, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like green eggs and ham is like an iconic fictional food. What are you looking up?
Evan just said something in the chat. He's talking about
okay?
He's just talking about how there's only 10 porta potties and zero guides to the porta potty. He's at a Taylor Swift concert for the audiences.
I'm gonna probably cut
let me ask you real quick. What's your opinion on like concerts, and then we could also do tangent of like food at concerts and events like that.
Well, that's not really fictional food though. Should we save that for like
Okay, we could do that at the end.
Okay, yeah. Is that cool? Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
All right. You sound so hurt. Oh, it's okay.
Well, it's gonna just be it's colloquial, you know. I just want to just talk from one point to another, but it's all good.
Okay. What? No, we can talk about it. Sure. I like concert food. Like, I feel like it's really expensive, like marked up. But like, I just like. I've been going to a lot of markets recently. Like,
really?
Yeah. Like last week, there was this event. If you come out here, we have to go to this. It's called Smorgasburg, LA, and it's like that's actually where I ran into the guy that played Cookie from Ned's Declassified. I met that actor at this event, and it's like a huge market in downtown LA, and it just has like tons of vendors from all around town that set up a stand here, and like tons of stuff. We met up with my roommate Michael. His he follows this guy named Shappy, or like he owns this place called Shappy's Pretzels, and it's like this like really famous pretzel place, and the guy Shappy was there, and we were talking to him, and he's so cool, and he was telling us like, yeah, like Jimmy Kimmel asked me to like put a pretzel in everyone's seat at the Oscars, so we got to go to the Oscars, and I was like, what? Like, that's so sick. Like, but so I like that kind of stuff. That's not really concerts, but yeah.
But no, like, so you know what I mean? Like out, like public kind of big things, events we could say. But that's pretty cool.
Yeah, like food markets, dude. That is cool. If you're in LA, Smorgasburg, LA, definitely.
Yeah, dude, we'll have to do that.
Yeah, it's like every Sunday, so we definitely should.
See, that was a nice organic tangent, Jake.
Fine.
Why you gotta shoot me down?
All right.
That was such a wholesome story.
All right. Wait, what do you think about concert foods?
I hate concerts.
Okay.
Just in general, I hate concerts. Why do I want to be in a giant mosh pit of people where I don't have any it's hard for me to get anywhere?
But what if it's the Wiggles, Daniel?
Oh, that changes everything. No, like even then, dude, I'm sorry. It just. But no, like, and the music honestly sounds like ass to me. Like if I want to listen, listen to good
Spotify. I'll use my
headphones. If I want to have a good quality experience, right? I'll just have my pre-recorded freaking audio like standard setup that they recorded themselves be transferred to my head through my headphones and my own space where I'm comfortable and I can get snacks.
Injecting it directly into my veins.
Exactly.
Dude, that happened. That's another funny story. Like, my roommate from college, John, got home drunk like crazy one night our senior year. We were all 21. It was Halloween, and like he had these two. I actually got one of the speakers he had. He had these two speakers. It's like these little. It's like a palm-sized, like I don't know, ion speaker. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
But he had two of them, and you can link multiple ones of these together. They like link up, and he had two of them, and he kept looping. I think it was Thriller and like Billie Jean. And Billie Jean's not even a Halloween song, but it was Halloween night, and he's sitting on our floor at like 2 a.m. just like super drunk, and he's like just blasting Billie Jean with both speakers held directly up to his ears, and he's like, I'm injecting Halloween directly into my veins, and just like sat there for like 30 minutes, and at like 2:30 we were like, dude, you gotta go to bed.
That's so
it was crazy. But yeah, that just reminded me of that. Good times. Anyways,
oh my God.
Back to the tank.
Yeah.
You know what? Look at this segue. You know what I could use after a drunk night of Halloween fun? Is a Scooby snack. I feel like you dress up for Halloween.
Oh, yeah,
like
dude.
Scooby-Doo kind of thing. And like monsters and stuff. So I feel like you can actually buy Scooby Snacks. I think
you can. I've had them as a kid. Yeah.
I didn't really like them as a kid. They were kind of like
they're very dry.
Yeah. Maybe I mean maybe it's because they're like dog snacks, so maybe they're not supposed to be like great for humans. But like Shaggy always liked them, so I thought like them, I would like them. Also, honorable mentions from Scooby Doo is the like giant sandwiches they made every time. Like
that's literally what I was gonna say. Like imagine going down on one of those giant sandwiches, dude.
Going down? Like you're eating it out?
Yeah, dude. Hey, you are.
Wow. What an image. You just made me imagine. You said, imagine this. What?
Oh my god.
Was there anything else? Another one on your list? I have some more, but I don't want to deter from you.
I'm trying to think like other... Again, I feel like we need more entrees. I don't really
we're saving the Krabby Patty for last. Our entrees so far are the Luca pasta, the Ratatouille, and then we'll eventually talk about the Krabby Patty. And I guess you could say suspicious stew.
That might be more like a side thing,
Was there something? I was talking to my barber today, and I forgot exactly what he said. But wasn't there like a sandwich or something that in Adventure Time that he made for Jake or something like that?
Oh yeah, dude. So he made the ultimate sandwich, and then he also made bacon pancakes. Dude, bacon pancakes would slap.
That's just a normal food.
What do you mean? Take some bacon and you put it in a pancake?
I'm saying like that's not like a fictional like crazy. I guess Ratatouille's the same way, but like
dude, literally Ratatouille's, and all the other ones are.
Yeah. What is the ultimate sandwich?
I don't even remember what was in it, dude. There's a lot of weird stuff too in it. Like it had some really weird.
Oh, I looked it up. Is it like it's like a sub?
Yeah, it's a sub.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I haven't had a good sub in a long time, actually. I just thought
honestly,
about that.
Same.
I'm not a big fan of Subway that much anymore, but like a genuine sub, I haven't had. You know what? I might need to do that. I used to have that a lot when I was back home because we'd get Italian food a lot. But anyways, all right. So the ultimate sandwich is going on the list. Another drink I was thinking of was the hot chocolate from the Polar Express. Like when they do the hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Hot, that thing. I don't know if Tom Hanks was like singing me a musical number and serving me hot chocolate, I'd be a fan of it, even though I'm not a huge fan of like hot drinks. So
really, I've gotten more accustomed to hot chocolate, but the only way to do it right is if you have a crap ton of whipped cream to cool it off. You have that balance there.
That's your cooling solvent.
It's no, really it is. If you haven't done it that way, which is like the way to do it, then you're missing out.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I think my last two I have on this list are the Krabby Patty's last, but the second to last one is another dessert. Did you watch Friends?
Here and there. Are you talking about like something that was in the coffee shop?
No, not the coffee shop. There's like an episode where like there's a package delivered to Chandler's door that isn't supposed to be for him, but he didn't realize till after he started eating it, and it's like a cheesecake that gets delivered to his door, and like Rachel walks in and is like, "Oh, why are you eating someone else's cheesecake?" He's like, "I didn't know," but then like I started eating it. It was like so good, and like they like hype it up as like the best cheesecake on earth. And they literally like at one point it spills on the ground, and they like eat it off the ground. That's how good they don't want to waste it. So I'm like, if there's like a cheesecake that's that good, that's definitely on my list of fictional things I would want to try one day.
Dang, dude, yeah, that'd be kind of crazy. You know what that also kind of made me think of though? Kind of generally, I was thinking about Chef. You know that film with Jon Favreau? Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Jon Favreau was my friend. I like him.
yeah. Take it easy. So, what was it? The one time when they were in the truck and they're making like the grilled cheese things, dude?
Oh, the like Cuban sandwiches?
Yeah, the Cubans.
Yeah, I just watched that like 2 weeks ago, Chef. So like, dude, yes. Anything from Chef, honestly. Yeah. Except for that like really gross molten lava cake that the like not Jon Favreau, but one of the other like understudy chefs made. The pre-made stuff. But yeah, when he gets in that truck, dude, just all of that. It's like
that's where the love and the magic happens, brother.
Yeah,
gotta make that meal.
Yeah. All right. And next we've got to talk about the Krabby Patty. I deep dived into this, and there's actually, have you seen Matt Pat's food theory video on this?
Yeah, isn't it that they're made up of crab or plankton or whatever?
No, I think that might have been like maybe an original one, but he came back to it like more recently, and he actually like definitively like I think determined what was in a Krabby Patty, and it's like goes crazy. You can see like in a few episodes of the recipe like whisks by and he like stopped the frame and like they have like a few, it's like coded out in the show, but he like decodes it and like confirms it across various sources and like via tweets from the creator that he like pieced together, and like it all makes sense, like the pieces fit together. But like apparently the patty is vegan actually, like there's no animal parts according to the show creator and one of the current executive producers. And the secret ingredient is red algae extract, which a lot of fish actually eat, and it's like a good meat substitute. And it like helps it form to look a little bit more like
a beef,
like a beef
patty.
Yeah. And so according to the video, the ingredients of the patty are fava beans, breadcrumbs, onion, chili pepper, liquid smoke, barnacle shavings, turmeric, flour, salt, and seaweed sauce, and then the red algae extract and SpongeBob's love. Take that as it is.
That is bonkers, man.
But it's like a vegan patty, and it makes sense because like I think there's some people thought like we're theorizing that like maybe it has like fish ingredients in there, but like if it would have come out that like we're eating fish like in some SpongeBob episode, that would like cause some crazy, like the continuity doesn't line up with something. So like I think it's confirmed, like according to the show creator, that it is like it's a vegan patty. But it still looks really good, and like the red algae extract is like the secret ingredient that makes it like really good.
So chum then.
But yeah, so chum, a pitch of chum I think is because it's one of the ingredients listed, right? He addresses that in the video. MatPat said like, yeah, chum, the definition is like a little bit of like fish guts or whatever, but there's also another definition which is like I think like vegetable extract as well, depending on what definition you're looking at. So that's where the fava beans, that is the chum, like the combination of the fava beans and like the chili pepper and stuff like that. That is what they're thinking is the chum that we see in the show. That's how that connects.
Interesting. Very interesting.
But the Krabby Patty just always looks amazing, and like fish flock to the Krusty Krab.
Except for the nasty patty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But no, dude, I totally agree. Like it's like one of those things growing up, you're just like, man, I just want to pull a Squidward and put my succulent. Well, actually, wait, that makes sense. Holy crap, because they have the patty vault. Like you can't keep beef in there like that. But if it's like a vegan kind of thing, oh my god,
I know.
Oh my god.
Definitely, if for anyone listening to this podcast, like if you're interested, check out MatPat's food theory video on like the Krabby Patty secret ingredient. He like goes hard, and like I like 100% believe that this is the definitive recipe for a Krabby Patty. Dang. So we could make this one day.
We could
should do a real life episode where once we make this meal that we're gonna make, we eat the fictional food.
Yeah, maybe that's what we do. Like we just keep on talking about like doing like this restaurant idea, right? We could also do it to where we go and make the food, then record the podcast, and we like eat while like doing the podcast. Yeah.
All right.
Anywho,
I think we could go on forever about like all of the fictional foods, but I think this is a good episode idea that we can maybe do a part 2 where we
definitely.
So if we missed any like fictional foods that you were like, oh, what about the food from this show or whatever, like please leave a comment and we'll try to include it in like a part 2 episode where we talk about other iconic fictional foods from like movies, TV shows, video games, books, whatever. But I think we should go through and determine first
what our meal is.
Well, our meal, and then if you could only choose one food from the whole list to eat, what would you have? So which one do you want to do first, the meal?
Yeah, let's do the meal first.
All right. Starting out with your drink. Your options are, Daniel, Butterbeer from Harry Potter, hot chocolate from Polar Express, blue milk from Star Wars, or blue milkshakes, and I think that's it.
As somebody who's had all of these, I'm going to say Butterbeer.
Interesting.
Specifically the frozen variant.
I think I would have...
Also, maybe we should probably do the entree first so we can then pair it with something.
Okay. All right, the entree, you've got ratatouille. You've got the pesto, like pastas from Luca. The green eggs and ham. You've got the ultimate sandwich. You've got the Cuban sandwich from Chef. And the Krabby Patty from SpongeBob.
I'm stuck between the pasta, the Cuban, and the Krabby Patty, dude.
I know, dude. The pasta, like, just looks so good.
It looks so freaking good.
Yeah.
I feel like our drinks wouldn't go with it, though. as much as I want.
That is true.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like
I'm doing Krabby
Patty. Yeah,
I think
Krabby Patty with Butterbeer
piques my interest the most. Yeah. With Butterbeer, interesting. The spiked one. Yeah, like a burger and like a beer. Yeah, that'd be pretty good, actually. I'm agreeing with that, actually. I was leaning more towards blue milk, just out of curiosity. But if I'm pairing it with a burger, but it's a vegan burger, but it's also a good vegan burger.
Yeah, but it's a good vegan burger.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna agree with you right now. Krabby Patty for my entree. Drink is a what the fudge? Butterbeer from Harry Potter. All right, and then what is your dessert? Is that the last criteria we're doing?
So we had the Willy Wonka, we got the cheesecake from Friends. What other desserts did we have?
We had Scooby Snacks from Scooby Doo. We had Suspicious Stew, which is basically just drugs. You could technically say blue milkshake if you want to lump blue milk, flip it from drink.
That's kind of pushing it because it's like not a canonical thing. That's kind of like a thing we
could combine. I'd be willing to make an exception, combine the Wonka bar with the blue milk and make a chocolate blue milkshake. I think that synergy is too good to like pass up.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. I would go with that. If that was a canonical option, Jake.
That is a canonical option for me, Daniel. Have you never seen the long lost crossover between Willy Wonka and Star Wars, Daniel? It's freaking Charlie. You know how everyone says like Han Solo is just like on drugs and that's why he like sees Chewie, but he's actually like a dog. Maybe that's like Charlie's grandfather is like this on drugs. So when he gets out of bed, he's not actually out of bed. He's just like going on a Star Wars adventure or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. When they get shot of the elevator and they're like flying around or whatever, they're calling the stars, my boy.
Ah, dude, the freaking Cuban sandwich from Chef, though.
That was a good
shout. All right. So now let's go and just think one. If you could eat any fictional food from any movie, TV show, video game, or anything, what would you choose? Just one food this time. Or drink, dessert, anything.
Again, just for style points and for like how crazy. Because a lot of the things that we have on this list here is like regular. Like Ratatouille is like you just get it. Even the fettuccine or
the pasta.
The pasta.
The pesto pasta, the PP from Luca.
Yeah, you can get that too. So for style points here, I have to go with Butterbeer again, honestly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. You can technically get Butterbeer at Universal Studios.
No, here's what I'm saying with that. They've made it from the stories and the recipes from like the stories and all that, right? So yes, it is a real thing now, and I've had it. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like it's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That is fair. All right. Ready to jump into the next segment?
What about you? You didn't say what you...
Oh, sorry. Krabby Patty, I think. I've always wanted to try a Krabby Patty, dude.
Okay, fair.
But for dessert, honestly, the cheesecake from Friends is like really pulling me. I think I'm just craving cheesecake, maybe.
I don't know. Cheesecake isn't necessarily my favorite. Like, it's good, but like I don't like go hunting for it. You know what I mean? You're
a criminal.
Yeah.
Okay. My favorite quote still from this episode was, "It's not blue milk, it's milk that's blue." All right. Are you ready to jump into the next segment?
Yeah, what do we got?
Well, we kind of talked about like the concert stuff, which could have been like a food for thought. This whole episode was kind of a food for thought, so we could just kind of leave it at that, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Well, please, people, leave us. We could do a little bit of post banter, maybe. We haven't done that in a while.
True. Like, what's going on with you, my dude?
Well, I actually wanted to ask. I've seen the Dune trailer. Have you seen the Dune 2 trailer? I don't think we've talked about that.
The Dune 2?
Dune. Yeah.
I have not seen that, no.
You haven't seen the trailer for that? It looks really good.
I think I could check it out. I'll check it out after this.
And then what else? The writer's strike. I don't think we talked about the writer's strike. I don't know if that's still going on at this point. It's been 2 weeks. I can talk about it. I'm not in the Writers Guild.
I know, but I don't know.
I just can't talk about how it's like impacting my job, I don't think, or anything, which it's not really yet, I don't think. At this point, anything could change. We're recording this like 2 weeks in advance, so the writer's strike could be over, but it's just crazy. I hope they pay writers like a livable wage. Do you know like the whole story behind everything with that?
No.
So basically like the Writers Guild of America, WGA, has gone on strike, and basically like no one should be, some people are, but like you're not supposed to be like writing anything for movies and stuff, which might actually hurt stuff in the future. Like I think the writer for Andor, he's also the showrunner, was still working on Andor, like it was filming. So as the Writers Guild was going on strike, and people like called him out, so he actually like had to stop his writing duties. So this could impact the quality of that show. But basically like the writers, the last time they went on strike was 2008. And it's because like the contract was up for negotiation. They weren't happy with the wages they were getting, and they got some things when things settled down. And now they're on strike again because streamers have really hurt writers. Because it used to be back in the day, like writers for TV shows would write like a 24 episode season of a show, and that would pretty much take them like 9-10 months out of the year. Then they had like a few months off, and that was a good wage they would get. But now that shows are like streaming shows and it's like 6 to 10 episodes, they're not making a good wage, and they're getting paid like a lot less just because the format has changed. And also just with the deals with residuals, it's not like network TV, and there's not like ads attached to it. They're getting paid substantially less than even if they were to write just a few episodes on a normal TV show. So just basically like with everything that's been changing, like the contracts haven't been kept up to date, and the writers have been on the short end of that stick getting screwed. Like a lot of them aren't making like minimum wage basically, and like aren't able to like live. I don't know if they're not making minimum wage, but they're like not able to like live in this area. Meanwhile, like CEOs are like making millions and billions more than like they ever have in the past because streaming has like taken off their revenue, but it's not trickling down. So the writers are very upset. Yeah. It's just kind of crazy. And like, I really hope everything works out with them. It's just interesting because like, if this goes on for a lot longer, like things could start getting pushed and like the whole industry could shut down potentially. People are like predicting like worst case scenario. I think at the end of June, the Directors Guild and the Screen Actors Guild, their contracts are also up. So if the Writers Guild is still on strike and the other two guilds are like not happy, they could go on strike, and that would be really bad just for the whole industry if everything like went stopped. So it's just an interesting time, but yeah, that's the news. But yeah, visual effects do not have a guild. We don't get any representation. Woo. All right. But anyways, you ready to jump into patron shoutouts?
Yeah, hit me with them.
Cue there, stars music. Bushka, Patron, Lori, Frank, Rick, Lisa, Evan, Tony. Thank you so much for listening to the tier. Thanks to the shout out. If you like the sports over Patreon, link is down in the description. Get the audio episode early, special benefits, cool perks, all that jazz, and more. Thank you seriously, sincerely to our Patreon supporters. Also wanted to mention, just back to the Writers Guild thing, I am not like on the front lines, like picketing or like no, a lot. I'm just seeing from like news sources and what I hear at work. So that's just take all of my knowledge with a grain of salt. I'm not like a professional. Like, yeah. Anyways. Yeah. We're jumping into cool comments.
Yeah, what we got this time?
So Josh McIntyre, back again on our Guardians 3 episode, commented that they just saw a video showing that in Guardians 1, when they get put in prison, it shows known associates of Rocket being Groot and Lila. Yeah. And that's just really sad. But yeah, it's really cool how they connected all the way back to the first one, like almost a decade earlier.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Anyways. Speaking of things I forgot to say in the Guardians episode, the connection I made between Rocket and Nebula, you know, when like Nebula breaks down when she hears Rocket's voice, like hears that he's okay. Mm-hmm. I said in our episode that it's because those two characters bonded back in Guardians 2 when they were like on the ship alone. I forgot to mention, I had this written down, I didn't say it, but like also they bonded hard, I imagine, in Infinity War when all of the other Guardians were blipped. Those were the only two that were like left alive. Yeah. So like they probably got really closer and mourned together during those 5 years. So the fact that like Nebula thought she lost Rocket, and then her hearing his voice again like would make her have that emotional like moment, and they would have that connection. So I thought that was really good storytelling, attention to detail across the films.
Yeah.
Anyways, ready for the introduction?
Yeah, brother, tell me when.
When?
We just talk about whatever we want to talk about, and now we're done. Blah.
Thank you seriously so much for listening. We really appreciate it. We will be back next time. Also, did I mention this is our 150th episode?
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think you did. Woo. Yeah, it is.
150, a food episode. I love food, so that makes me happy that it coincided. All right. Happy 150th episode. Thank you, everyone, for being with us for all 150 or however many you've been with us for. See you next week for 151. Goodbye.
Bye.